In a quiet little house at the end of a peaceful street lived a young boy named Theo. Theo loved space more than anything in the world. He loved it more than cartoons, more than candy, even more than staying up past bedtime, which was saying a lot. Every night before he went to sleep, Theo would sit by his window and look up at the sky. The stars would twinkle softly above him, scattered across the darkness like tiny glowing lights. Someday, he would whisper, I'm going to go up there. Theo's room was filled with space. Glow-in-the-dark stars covered his ceiling, shining faintly in the dark. There were rocket ships painted on his walls, and planets hanging from the ceiling, slowly spinning. On his desk sat his most prized possession, a small, slightly wobbly model rocket he built with his dad. Sometimes he would pick it up, hold it tight in both hands, and imagine the countdown. 10, 9, 8. He would squeeze his eyes shut. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Then he'd make a loud whoosh sound and run across his room, pretending he was blasting into space. His parents would laugh from the hallway. You're going to be an astronaut one day, his mom would say. Theo would grin, his eyes lighting up. I know I am. One night, as Theo was getting ready for bed, he paused in the doorway and looked back at his dad. Dad, he asked. Yeah, buddy. How do you actually become an astronaut? His dad smiled and sat down beside him. Well, he said, it takes a lot of learning, a lot of training, and a lot of patience. Theo's face scrunched up a little. Like, a lot? His dad chuckled. Yeah, but if you really want it, you don't give up. Theo thought about that for a moment. Then he nodded slowly. I won't give up. That night, Theo climbed into bed and pulled the blankets up to his chin. The glow-in-the-dark stars shivered gently above him, and he stared at them for a long time. Good night, stars, he whispered. Slowly, gently, Theo fell asleep. At first, everything was quiet. Then he heard something. A soft, steady beeping. Beep, beep, beep. Theo opened his eyes. But he wasn't in his bedroom anymore. He was sitting in a chair, a very important-looking chair, strapped in tightly, surrounded by blinking lights and screens. Theo blinked in confusion. What? Where am I? A calm voice came over a speaker. T-minus 60 seconds. Theo's eyes widened. Wait, what? He looked down at himself. He was wearing a spacesuit, a real one. Another voice crackled through the speakers. Astronaut Theo, are you ready for launch? Theo froze for a second. Astronaut? Me? He looked around again. Everything felt real. The buttons, the sounds, the gentle vibration under his seat. His heart started to pound. Then, slowly, a smile spread across his face. Yes, he said. I'm ready. T-minus 10 seconds. Theo gripped the sides of his seat. 10. The rocket rumbled beneath him. 9. Lights flickered softly. 8. Theo took a deep breath. 7. 6. He remembered what his dad had said. Don't give up. 5. 4. His smile grew wider. 3. 2. He whispered to himself. This is my dream. 1. Liftoff. The rocket roared to life with a deep, powerful sound. Theo felt himself pushed back into his seat as the rocket blasted upward. Faster, higher, stronger. He laughed out loud. I'm flying. I'm really flying. Clouds rushed past the window. The sky grew darker and darker until the bright blue faded into deep, endless black. And then, everything became quiet. Theo blinked. Something felt different. He lifted his hand. It floated. Whoa! And suddenly, he drifted upward. No way! He was floating, actually floating. Theo gently pushed off the wall and glided across the cabin, spinning slowly as he laughed. I'm in space! He floated over to the window and looked outside. What he saw made him go completely still. The earth. It glowed with deep blues and greens, wrapped in soft white clouds. It looked peaceful, beautiful, like a shining marble hanging in the darkness. Theo pressed his hand against the glass. That's home, he whispered. For the first time, he didn't feel like a kid pretending. He felt like exactly who he always wanted to be. Astronaut Theo, the voice came again. We have a mission for you. Theo straightened up. What is it? There is a small satellite that needs repair. You are the closest astronaut available. Theo nodded seriously. I can do it. Soon, Theo found himself standing at the airlock. His suit was secure, his helmet was on, and his heart beat fast, but steady. You've got this, he told himself. The door opened slowly, and Theo stepped out into space. There was nothing beneath him, nothing above him, just endless stars stretching in every direction. And there, floating not too far away, was the satellite. Theo pushed gently forward, moving slowly and carefully. Every movement mattered. I won't mess this up, he whispered. When he reached the satellite, he grabbed onto it and looked it over closely. A loose panel, he said. I can fix that. He worked carefully, tightening it just right. Then he checked it again and again. Finally, the satellite flickered. Lights blinked on. It was working again. Mission control came through the speaker. Excellent work, Astronaut Theo. Theo's face lit up. Really? Really. Theo looked around at the stars, at Earth, at everything. I did it, he said softly. Back inside the ship, Theo floated peacefully. Everything was calm now, quiet, still. He looked out at space one more time. This is exactly how I imagined it, he said. Then he felt something gentle, like sleep inside his dream, a soft pull, a quiet drifting feeling. Theo opened his eyes. Sunlight streamed through his window. He was back in his bed, under his blankets, in his room. For a moment, he just lay there. Wait. He looked at his hands. No spacesuit. He looked around. No rocket. Was it just a dream? He thought about it. The launch, the floating, the Earth, the mission. It had felt so real. Then slowly he smiled. No, he said, it wasn't just a dream. Theo jumped out of bed and ran to the window. The sky was bright blue now, but he knew what was beyond it. I'm going to get there, he said. Not someday, not maybe. I will. That night, as Theo lay in bed again, he looked up at his glowing stars. But this time, it felt different. He wasn't just wishing anymore. He was becoming. Good night, space, he whispered. And as he drifted off to sleep, somewhere far above the earth, the stars seemed to shine just a little brighter, as if they were waiting for him.